Oh man, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Is street culture sexually deviant, right? So I think, on Instagram, and I saw this clip of Boosie, and his mom was going to swim, and he was looking at it, and he was like, "Oh, you got to have a two-piece. You gonna have them cheeks out?" And he was looking, and sometimes it looked like he was checking his mom out just from me looking, like, yeah. And I'm like, and it made me think about the Kodak Black situation where Kodak Black was squeezing his mama butt, and it made me go a little further, and I thought about how street culture is rebellious, and ladies like to play all these Me Too games, but y'all part of this problem. But is street culture sexually deviant because you got people who have a deviant mindset already as far as the rules of society? Why that spills over into sex? This is where all the threesomes and all the going back and forth with women between men and women, and using sex as a tool. That Instagram thing where the girls are supposed to be making their butt cheeks clap, you know, with their tool out. That's their tool, right? And I was sitting there thinking, like, well, yeah, because the stripper culture has become mainstream, so that's a deviant culture. That's part of street culture. When people want to be, we want to be conservative and traditional, but part of that was because of the Me Too movement, and because people wanted to have threesomes prior to that, and they wanted to have as many women as possible, and women are doing on this hot girl summer. That's sexual deviance. Ladies want to, who you got celebrities who got a train ran on them for their birthday. Sexual deviant. Now, I think the biggest difference is when men are sexually deviant, it's viewed with that, that Chester the child vibe, right? But when women are sexually deviant, it's just, it's expressing your sexuality. It's like, oh, okay, but it's street culture nonetheless. When you think about street culture, you think about, the pimping. That's sexual deviance, right? Whether you're the pimp, the prostitute, or the trick, you still, sexual deviance. Now, the thing about this that struck me is, when the loving, the liking, or being excited by, or being turned on by bad boys, right? Well, the people who like that and are excited by that, that's part of where the older guy, younger girl comes from, or the younger girl liking older guys come from. Getting turned out by somebody who's not in your age bracket is part of that. It's part of the street culture, whether people like to say it or not. And that goes both ways. That this idea that, how can I put this? Trying not to cuss or whatever, but the telling the world how good you are in bed, with your mouth, to get somebody to like you, deviant. The cougars, deviant. The people having a thing for MILFs, deviant. But all of this has become a norm. Like, this is a norm in our society now. So when people go, that's not what it is, and da 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 da, I'm like, nah, that's exactly what it is. Getting flown out to get your back cracked for a couple of racks, deviant. Flying all the way to the UAE, Dubai, for y'all to become somebody's international thought and toilet. Is deviant. the idea that, you're going to sleep with your homeboy's girl or your homegirl's man, deviant. Like, all of this stuff is sexual deviance. And it all stems in the lack of morality in the streets already, the lack of ethics of street culture already. Everything is okay. Everything is fair game. Everything goes, because at the end of the day, there's no honor amongst thieves and there's no honor amongst deviants. So the same person that'll sell you drugs is the same person that'll screw your daughter, even though she might be, the legal age might be 18 and she's 17. It doesn't, drugging people, it doesn't bother you. You get what I'm saying? All this stuff, it ties back to quote unquote street culture. And, it doesn't have a racial thing to it, because, like I said, you got both sides participating. You got men participating, women participating, underage girls participating, underage boys participating, because it's all about just breaking the rules and being rebellious. So you tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch you on the next one. Peace.